All right, let's go topics. What are we saying?
Right, first one. Let's start with Mr. Dave Chappelle.
Have you seen? Okay, so first thing before I get into this, have you seen Dave Chappelle's new stand-up?
Yes, watched it this morning.
What do you think?
So good.
You liked it?
Yeah, I loved
thought it was good. It's always going to cause contention.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah. Oh, I've got to be like, I feel quite bad saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway because I used to say like Chappelle was like my favorite stand-up comedian, right? And recently at work, I said that this girl I work with, I won't say any names or anything like that, but she said to me, "Oh, you like Chappelle?" And I was like, "Yeah, what's wrong with him?" He was like, "The greatest, one of the greatest comedians to ever do it." He goes, "Well, actually, I think what he said about trans people really upset me, and it upset this person and this person." I'm like, "Look, I don't want to get into this. I'm just saying he's one of my favorite comedians. That's what I'm saying. You can like him, Sam. That's fine. But I'm just saying the stuff he says is just not great." And I'm like, "Oh, for God's sake."
We live in a world where nuance is taken away because people's feelings need to be validated before we understand any context.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone's feelings are allowed to be had. People are allowed to feel how they feel. You're allowed to not like him. You're also allowed to go, and because I don't like him, I want to switch him off.
Yeah.
But we're in a world now where they go, I don't like him, and thus I need everybody else to not like him.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
There are people of different faiths, backgrounds, understandings that are contradictory to the other persons that they believe. But the thing is, the beauty about our life is that we're all allowed to enjoy what we're allowed to enjoy, as long as enjoying it does not, in that moment, physically harm somebody else.
Yeah.
You can't control anyone else's feelings. Me liking Chappelle is going to upset somebody who doesn't like Chappelle and wants everybody to think like that person does. Yeah. And that's just the way the world goes, unfortunately. Has he said some stuff which is very flagrant about the LGBTQ plus community? 100%.
Yeah.
Has he said some stuff that's flagrant about like black, white, Asian? Because his wife is, he gets onto like loads of demographics.
Yeah.
In this one, he was talking about people with disabilities and so on. But the thing is, if you hear the joke out of context, which is why we're going to get into this particular story, if you hear jokes out of context where you just hear something that someone says and not understanding that there is a build-up, there is a reason they're going to this, there is a story behind it, there is some nuance attached to some context attached, you're going to hear it and go, that line is offensive.
Yeah.
But if you take away the fact that he is trying to do comedy and maybe push the line and the boundary that some people have set in place, for many who watch him, they want him to do that, not because they think that he dislikes any communities that he talks about, but because for them, it's almost, you could see it in the special that he did recently, The Dreamer. For them, he's basically saying, you know, when I talk, it's going to cause a problem. And they're like, yeah, we want to see how you cause a problem. Not because they think that he is, in essence, believably problematic against the communities he talks about from a actively aggressive standpoint, but more so having the discussions that a lot of people either have at home or have thoughts around, and then going, how can I either make this funny or how can I make this like of a gut punch enough that people see me and go, that's what I wanted Chappelle to do because he's the one who can do it.
Yeah.
That's the issue when it comes to comedy. If you walk very safely along the lines because you don't want to offend anybody, you can't write anything.
No, I agree.
You cannot write anything. I've said hello to people on stage that are offended by me just simply speaking to them.
Really?
Because in their eyes, not because of anything I've done, they feel just by what they think is going to happen that me simply saying, how you doing, you're right, is a precursor to me taking the mick out of them because they've seen it happen elsewhere. In their mind, they've already got it built up. When you speak to me, you're going to embarrass me, and that already has embarrassed me, and now I'm offended and you are out of order for speaking to me. Like, you cannot win when it comes to this. So I watched that special and I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought it was brilliant. Yes, he does hit on some communities and stuff. Like, there was a joke where he said, I'm not talking about members of the transgender community anymore. I'm only going to speak. In fact, I'm going to hit him with a new angle coming. And he then goes, I'm going to punch down on the community of the people with disabilities. Yeah. Right? When he did that, it's not that he has anything against them. You can tell by what he's doing. He's going, well, boy, and he puts it in the joke. If you don't want me to talk about you, I'll talk about them. So you can't be offended. And then he played on the communities, people from different sections of the disability community, he said on them that they were going, I didn't come here to be taken the mick out of. I came here for you to take the mick out of trans people. Do you see what I'm saying? He's playing on the idea that everybody is going to get offended and say, I didn't want you to take the mick out of me. I wanted you to talk about everybody else. It was so well done. It's not his best. That's one thing I will say. Love Chappelle.
Yeah.
Top 3 for me.
Yeah.
Not his best stand-up though.
No, I agree.
Because... not because he's fallen off, but I think it felt so short. It really felt shorter than I wanted it to be. But also, I think some of the first 2 he did on Netflix, untouchable.
Yeah, I agree.
Like he did Killing Me Softly. He did For What It's Worth.
Sticks and Bones? No, was it? No.
Oh no, you're thinking the ones after he came back on Netflix.
Sorry,
so the ones before, Killing Me Softly. Killing Him Softly is the one he did in that same auditorium in DC. He did For What It's Worth, which was great.
Yeah.
This one felt like it had elements of For What It's Worth in there when he talked about the young boys 14 who got incarcerated for setting a building on fire. Spoiler alert, everybody. I'm sorry. Spoiler alert. It's on Netflix. You can watch it now anyway. I haven't told you punchlines. I'm just giving you context. It's got elements of that in there, but I think because he's done so many great ones that have just been up there on top, I'm not saying that these ones are terrible. They're not by any means, but it's very hard to get 3 or 4 like untouchable hours at like out the park like he's done. That if you then get like some 9, 8, and 7 out of 10s, no one could ever fault you because they were sick.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I just belched there. That was so unprofessional. I don't think he. I will never say that anyone should have a right. Anyone should not feel how they feel. Everyone's feelings are valid, but because everyone's feelings are valid, no one's right to tell somebody else how they should feel is valid.
Yeah.
If you like something and I don't like it, then that's how it is. I have my reasons for liking something. You cannot like it. If me liking something as a whole project, you take that as also what you're saying is you like that he does this, which makes me feel like that. It's not what I'm liking.
Yeah.
I can't control how you feel. The same way, there are some things, like I've had it where people say stuff, like Gervais is flagrantly disrespectful.
Oh, I've seen his latest one.
And there are people there are people like black people that don't like Gervais' stand-up because of just how he is.
Yeah. No, I've seen some clips of Gervais and I can see why, in all honesty.
Oh, there's loads of different communities that don't, but there are some that do. And I think with Gervais as well, it's delivered so kind of blank that you're almost like, it sounds like he really believes these things in what he's saying. I'm not saying that's the case, but if someone else says I don't like it, cool. I can see, as a comedian, I'm a bit different though. I can see where comedians are building up jokes and the shock value is what they're trying to do. I'm not really a shock jock kind of fan myself, but if that's what they do, that's what they do. Big up them. It may not be my thing, but I can understand why some people like it and some people don't. And that's the place we all should be, is being able to go, well, you don't like it, cool. You like it, cool.
Yeah.
I don't have to like it, or I can like it, cool. I think with this, with Chappelle, it's like with Matt Rife. The same thing happened with him. Everybody loved Matt Rife because of all the crowd work stuff he did. Then he did a Netflix special of some of the stuff where he's talking about women disrespectfully. But because women built him up to be the sexy, young, funny guy, and then he then punched down on women on his material, they were like, we didn't come here for you to talk bad about us. But they were happy to laugh when he was talking bad about other people or individuals in the crowd. So I don't hear when people complain about things individualistically, but I do listen when people say some content that people do and say can be dangerous. And that's the thing that I will hear a conversation about and then question, well, how is it dangerous? What is it that has been said, etc. I may not agree on some terms, but that's where the conversation can lie. I'm not going to defend jokes, but I'm also not going to criticize them because I'm a comedian and I'm not here to do that. I've always said this, everyone has the right to make any joke they want to and any material they want to. I think cookies are coming, actually. 1 second. Everyone has the right to make any joke that they want, but come in. Sorry, we'll get back to that bit in just a sec. Our cookies here. Is that where it is? Come on. You know what? Can you just give one to Trudge and then put one on the table? Is that all right? Don't worry, you're not going to be on camera. You're good. We got
Thank you,
Chef.
Shy. Oh, wow.
Chef
Thank you.
Shy.
Thank you,
Big
Shy.
up.
Oh, you want me to take another one? I can't take...
All right, 2. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll take 2. 2's enough. Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
just put it on there. I'll reach forward in a second. Thank you very much. Big up. Come on. Big cookies in the plate. How you mean, man?
Thank you, Shy.
This is why you got to have good people around you, man. And they're warm as well. How they taste?
Oh, unbelievable.
Oh, they're freshly baked. All right, I'll have one in a sec. I always believe that comedians can make jokes about absolutely anything, but they don't have the right to tell everybody how they should feel about them. And that's where that's why I also there are comics that I know that are shock jocks and then get offended when the crowd are offended because they go, well, it's just comedy, you should laugh. No, you can't tell people how to feel about what you said the same way they can't tell you about what you want to say. And that's where I think we are at. People should understand comedians going to say what they're going to say, and you can or cannot like it. Yeah. I do like when he went into the bit about Chris Rock getting slapped and then him getting slapped. That was really good.
What the gun that identifies as a knife.
Oh my god! Because the guy he had something that looked like a gun.
Yeah.
But when he pressed the button, a knife came out. So he said a gun. He's out of order. Or funny.
That Jim Carrey opener as well, that killed me.
That Jim Carrey opener was crazy.
Oh.
And then, do you know what I loved about Chappelle? Everyone he talked about, everybody he mentioned, if you look at the end of the video, everybody he mentioned, whether it be the congressman who was in a wheelchair, Jim Carrey,
Jon Stewart.
Chris Rock, Jon Stewart, everybody he mentioned was in the outro video because he has relationships with people, even if he takes a mick out of them.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, let's talk about this particular Chappelle story.
Okay, yeah.
Read it out, go on.
So Dave Chappelle abruptly ended a show. He walked off stage after a fan pulled out a phone during the Florida gig. Now, I have seen Dave Chappelle, when was that, last year, 2 years ago? And
where did you see him?
I saw him at the Hammersmith 2 years ago, I think it was. But yeah, it was a Hammersmith. And yeah, obviously before you go in, they have the bags because they don't like filming. A lot of comedians do this now. Not all of them, but a lot.
The ones who could afford it.
Yeah, very much. Where they basically put your phone in a bag, seal it up so you can't start posting stuff online or stuff like that. But yeah, Chappelle was one of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously someone's got their phone out during his set. He's noticed it and just walked off.
Good.
I mean, I don't know if that was to protect his set or I don't know.
I think that's cool.
Yeah, no, I agree. I wouldn't I'm not faulting him for it at all.
I think some people's complaints are. I saw somebody who doesn't. This is where I don't listen to a lot of people online anymore that don't want to read. Someone said, "Well, if that's the case, why didn't he just make sure all the phones got locked away?"
Yeah,
he did. And then that same person, I was reading the thread where, well, some people need to have their phones because of emergencies and stuff. Then don't go to the show if you need to have your phone. Go to a show where you can keep your phone on you. This isn't that show. Yeah, but what if they want to see Dave Chappelle? They follow the rules. So people will try to make things work for them in any way possible. Bend the rules, break them. And then when the rules are broken and Chappelle goes, well, if that's what you're doing, I'm going to walk off. Yeah. Because part of the rules are you cannot record this show.
Yeah.
For the very reasons we've been talking about. Things get taken out of context. And you try to ruin bits before they're input into the context of what a show is. And I've been to a Chappelle show. I've been to loads of shows where you have to put your phone away. I've been to shows where I'm friends with the act. And I know them and still phone away. Yeah. If it's one that you lock your phone in a bag, phone away. And you have to do it. Yeah. So good. I'm glad he did that. Maybe it will stop people from actually breaking those rules. And I hope that everybody looked and found who the person was. And then, they piled on that person for ruining it for everybody else. Yeah. Rightfully so.
No, I agree.
Rightfully so. And if I was him, the amount of people the amount of times that I get attacked in the news for doing what I do, if I was him, I don't want no one filming me out of context. I don't want no one having access to me in the way they feel they should. Like, remember when he got attacked on the stage? Yeah. Someone at the back had a camera.
Oh, yeah, because it went, viral.
It went viral. So, well.
He done the right thing.
He definitely did. What's next for him, do you think?
I don't know. Take a bit of a break again and then probably do one more special. I'd say. I don't know. How many more is he going to do? That's the thing.
I don't think he's going to do another special next.
You know,
I think he's going to do what he did with Earthquake and put on other people that he works with.
Oh, right.
So they can get their specials out on Netflix.
Yeah.
Do you know who Earthquake is?
No. DJ Earthquake?
No. He's a comedian.
Nah, don't know him.
Earthquake is one of the best comedians in America.
Oh, right.
One of the most underrated comedians.
Yeah.
And I'd seen Earthquake from a long time ago. I had a DVD of Earthquake.
Oh, wow. Okay.
DVD.
Yeah.
But I'm a comedy fan, connoisseur.
Yeah.
It's what I do for a living.
No, that's good. That's a good way to be.
So I had this DVD of Earthquake from years ago, and it was killer. And I was like, this guy's great. And when I had the DVD, he was already like 20 years in the game. He has his own comedy clubs and everything. Bro, Earthquake is a big boy. Do you remember Everybody Hates Chris?
Yes.
Do you remember the uncle, right, that used to come in?
Yeah.
Small eyes, bald heads.
Yeah.
He used to go, hey, big man, all the time.
Yeah.
That's Earthquake.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
Beast of a comedian.
Jesus
And what I love about what Chappelle did is Chappelle had the opportunity to showcase other comedians, and he showcased Earthquake. Right. Earthquake's got an hour on Netflix. Watch it.
Has he? Okay.
It is so good.
I always thought it was quite good with like watching people's specials on Netflix. That's one I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, no, it's really good. It's produced by Chappelle.
Yeah.
And then Earthquake comes on, he does his thing.
All right.
And it's killer. And you know what I liked about it? It's not like old material that I've seen of Earthquake. It was him talking about like new stuff about him coming out of the pandemic. And he done it so well.
Really?
Okay. Yeah. Typical like old American guy, funny.
Oh, I love that.
Funny, man. You'll like it, man.
Like during lockdown, a friend of mine gave me a load of Def Jams to watch. Oh my God. Some of that stuff, I literally like studied that. It was so good.
Which ones do you remember as your favorite?
Oh, I think Cedric the Entertainer was on one of them. He was good. Obviously, I know he like kind of, he's very well known, I know, but
Yeah, Ced was already big when Def Comedy Jam was out.
yeah. Oh, I can't remember anyone else now. It's great. I literally have a whole notebook on it, like what their opener was and everything. Oh,
You were studying?
Yeah, I was studying. So I had nothing else to do in lockdown because I was like, I still am like an open mic comic. So I'm just trying to like learn from some like some of the greats, if you will. So yeah, it was good to study and like actually learn what people's openers are, because that's what I always found hard, like openers and that. So yeah, it was good to watch. I still got so much more to go through as well. So
Okay.
yeah.
See, look, there's when the guy attacked him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was.
He's got those homeless dreads.
When he said he tried to be funny and he couldn't, but then Chris Rock came out and said, "Was that Will Smith?" And he said, "All right, Chris, fine." That killed me.
Yeah, it was good, man. I still don't know how he gets away in the venue with smoking, you know. Like
He pays a fine.
Oh, does he? Oh, fair. Okay.
Pays a fine. I've seen him do small venues. Pays a fine.
Oh, wow. Oh, crazy.
But some small venues will try their absolute best to hide it
Yeah,
because they just want Chappelle in the room.
for sure.
Having Chappelle in the room means if he smokes, he smokes. So what? It's Chappelle.
Yeah.